We spent the last session exploring our own gifts and looking at the key ideas and principles of ABCD, the sugars, the flours, the butters that help communities to grow strong and people to become part of community. Now it's time to start to think about what we collectively and individually want to get out of participating in these sessions. It might be useful to think about why you came in the first place. Do you have something you're passionate about achieving in regards to supporting older people? Are there things you'd like to change? Are there things you'd like to grow? What would you like to take away from this workshop that would help you achieve what you want to achieve? Please take a few minutes to explore these questions with another member of the group, preferably someone you haven't had a good conversation with yet. It might be useful at the end of this discussion to write down what everybody would like to take away from the workshop. Has anyone seen one of these before? These tools typically give people a score out of 100 or out of 30. They concentrate on impairments and disabilities, asking questions like, can this person drink from a cup, eat from a cup, dress lower body, and the list goes on. I actually saw one once that was very unfair. It asked an older person what they don't remember that they used to remember. I think that's very unfair. These assessment processes at best only look at one half of the story. It's only looking at the half empty part of the glass. People are much more than the sum of their physical needs. Here's another way of framing some questions.
What do you particularly value about living in this community? What is it you would want in order to have a good life? What would make it good for your family to visit? What is causing people to be less capable of independence? What might cause you to be less capable of independence? How do we keep people as independent as possible with a meaningful life? What are the issues for older people in your area?
One of the most powerful questions I know is not only what do you want to learn, but also what do you want to teach. Traditionally, social planners plan using this approach. They categorise communities into their areas of needs or problems, such as gangs, truancy, child abuse, illiteracy, and social isolation. Most government and large NGO plans have traditionally taken this approach since the early 20th century. It would be useful now to have a discussion about needs-based planning and what that means for communities. If this is the mind map that we have of communities, what does this mean for members of the community and people who support them? What sort of community leaders does it encourage? How is funding decided and distributed in communities? How does it make community members feel? I'd like to share with you some of the comments made by participants in other building belonging workshops.
We are deficient. Our local relationships are damaged. Most money comes into our community for programs which are often narrowly defined. Money can get misdirected towards professional helpers, not residents. We place focus on leaders who magnify deficiencies. We reward failure and foster dependency on systems. Our community has a poor self-image. We are hopeless. Only professionals can fix the problem. We are so needy, we can't have our own solutions. Only people from outside can help. Nothing in our community works.
But wait, this is only half the story. In every community, the glass is half full and has a unique set of resources and assets to build a hopeful future.
Instead of asking, what's wrong and how do we fix it? Ask, what have we got? What's worked? And how do we get more of it? What we focus on becomes our reality. If we focus on what is wrong or what is missing, we tend to see everything through that filter or frame.
Asset-based community development is like putting on a different set of glasses. One that looks at possibility, what we've got to grow and build. I'd like to show you another way of looking at community, one where we look at assets, not just needs.